Welcome to day 19 from 28 days of yoga. Meet me in Sukhasana with your palms facing up to begin our practice. Bring your shoulders up, pull them back and drop them down, sitting up nice and tall, grounding into earth from the base of your spine and reaching up with the crown of your head up to the sky. Taking some nice deep breaths in and out through your nose. Let's start off our practice today by chanting Om together 3 times. And we're going to start on our next inhale. So breathe in and then we're going to start. Om. 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 Sounds can be extremely healing for you, for anything. They heal your body, your soul, your mind. I've studied this actually when I was in university. Sound healing is used throughout many cultures and in many different ways. Maybe you've done a sound bowl ceremony, or you've heard of sound bowls, or even chanting Om or chanting any other mantra. Specifically, mantras in Sanskrit are really healing because the Sanskrit language is designed around those healing vibrations that come from within us. And sounds on their own, like I said, they all carry a frequency, so they can tune your body to their frequency and heal you and bring all kinds of good things your way. But interestingly, the sound of your own voice was designed to heal you. So it is powerful to hear someone else chanting a mantra, or to hear even music and hearing people singing. It provokes like an emotional response, and you can really feel music and sound and different sounds. But the sound of your voice was designed to heal you. And there are lots of different mantras that you can use, specifically Sanskrit mantras. There are so many of them, and you can find any dis-ease, discomfort, any problem or challenge that you're facing. I'm sure that there is a Sanskrit mantra that you can discover to help you with that. And the way you would practice a mantra is just like we were chanting Om then. You would sit like in your yoga practice. You could do it in conjunction with movement, so during a yoga practice or just on their own. And mantra meditation, it is a meditation, so you're chanting and meditating at the same time. And you can either just do that on your own, sit and chant your mantra somewhere special and make it a whole experience, a vibe. You can chant mantras every day. You can do them however you want to practice. Just like with yoga, it's totally up to your own interpretation and what intuitively feels good for you. And if you're interested in learning more about different mantras and learning different mantras, I have a collection of mantras that are in Brya community. So if you go to bryacommunity.com, I'll leave you a link. Sign up for the community, or maybe you're already a member. There are mantras in the community for you to use in your practice and to learn from. And if you have any specific requests of mantras that you want to learn, you can always leave a comment below this video, or you can reach out in the community group chat and let me know what mantras you're looking for, and I can do some digging and some research and find some Sanskrit mantras to help you heal yourself and feel good. So now let's get into our practice. Bring your hands on your knees and let's take some spine circles. So just moving in circles however you want to. Sitting down and rolling your body around in ways that feel good to you right now. Breathing deeply into it. Remembering our Ujjayi breath. Breathing in and out through the nose with a slight constriction at the back of your throat on the exhale. And inhale your hands up, interlace your fingers, and without pulling on your neck, we're going to look down and just using the weight of your hands to guide your neck. We're going to stretch out the back of our neck, sitting up nice and tall, and looking down, bring your chin into chest, feeling that nice stretch at the back of your neck. Taking some deep breaths into it. And then on your next inhale, raise your hands up, interlacing your pinkies the opposite way. So the other pinky's on top and coming back down into that same stretch. And then on our next inhale, we're going to raise our hands all the way up, taking your right hand, grabbing your left ear, and we're not pulling on our neck. Again, we're just using the weight of our hand to help guide us into the stretch. You want to be really careful and gentle with your neck. Your neck is fragile and very important. So with your right hand, grabbing your left ear and bringing your right ear to your right shoulder. And then you can take your left arm, bring it out to the side, and play around with the exact placement of your hands. Maybe moving it forward a bit, moving it back. And as you do that, you'll notice that you're stretching out different parts of your neck. You can either move around, you can move your neck in different angles too, just being very gentle. Or you can find a sweet spot that feels really good and just hold it there. Breathing into it, taking those deep breaths and imagining the air touching that part of your neck that you're trying to stretch deeper into. Breathing right into your neck. We're going to gently come out of it and take the same pose on the other side. So bringing your left hand to your right ear, bringing your left ear to your left shoulder, and reaching your right hand out long. Moving around, looking for that sweet spot, that nice, yummy stretch. And taking deep breaths, breathing into your neck. Being very gentle and careful with your neck. And then our next inhale, we're going to raise our arms up towards the sky. Bring our hands together at heart center. And you can either keep your hands here or reach down and touch the ground for support as we stretch our legs out wide and long. You can adjust a bit if you need to, pointing your toes up to the sky, sitting up nice and tall, getting a nice long line in our spine. And then folding forward as much as you feel comfortable with today. Remember, I'd much rather you bend your knees than bend your spine. We want to keep our spines nice and long and straight. It doesn't matter how deeply you get into any stretch, it just matters that you feel good. Everyone's body is different. Your body is going to look different than mine, even if we're doing the same stretch to the same degree of strength and flexibility. And on every day, your body's going to be different. So you might find things easier one day than the next day because your body is constantly changing, especially if you are a woman and you go through your menstrual cycle. On each phase of the cycle, your body feels different and it's easier to do certain things than other things. And slowly come out of it. And then we're going to slide our right hand all the way down our leg until it's touching our right foot. And slide our left hand all the way up our body, reaching it up to the sky. You can look up at that top hand if it's okay on your neck. And just stretching out here. And then we're going to slide our left hand all the way back down our body as we slide our right hand up on the other side, taking that same stretch in the other direction. And then sliding our right hand down, our left hand up. Now bring our soles of our feet together and knees apart, coming into butterfly. Flap your little butterfly wings. Sit up nice and tall and fold forward as much as you want to. And then come back up. We're going to make our way into table pose. So your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Your toes are pointed directly behind you and the tops of your feet are grounding into the earth. We're going to do some cat-cow poses here. So inhale, look up, arching your back, and exhale, round your back, tuck your chin into chest. So in line with your own breath, remember you're taking deep inhales and exhales in and out through your nose. Timing the cat-cows with your breath, going at your own pace. Keep going. And meet me back in table. Inhale your right hand all the way up, keeping the rest of your body just where it is. Reach all the way up and then thread it down underneath your left shoulder, coming onto your right shoulder. You can stay here, or if you want to go a bit deeper, take your left hand and wrap it around your back, touching the top of your right thigh. And stay here, and if you want to go even deeper, you can straighten your left leg. Breathing into this shoulder stretch. And coming back down. Before coming back into table, reach your right hand all the way up to the sky and then place it back down. And right away, we're going to reach our left hand up to the sky and thread it through. You can stay right here, but if you want to go a bit deeper, take your right hand and reach it around your back, touching the top of your left thigh. And if you want to go even deeper, straighten that right leg. And then coming back to the table, before placing your left hand down, be sure to reach it all the way up to the sky and then place it down. Keep your legs right where they're at and slide your hands forward, coming into puppy pose. You can either bring your forehead to the ground, or if you want to go a bit deeper, bring your chin to the ground. And slide your hands back to table. And then we're going to take our hands about a fingerprint ahead of where they're at right now, a handprint ahead, I mean. Tuck your toes under and come up into downward facing dog. You can bicycle your legs here, bending one knee and then the other. Take a few breaths here. And then we're going to step our right leg in between our hands, lining up our front heel with our back heel, pointing our back toes towards the front left corner of our mat, keeping our ankle directly below our knee, and standing up into warrior one, reaching your arms up to the sky, and then coming right back down into downward facing dog. Step your left leg in between your hands, line up your back heel with your front heel. Your back toes are pointing diagonally towards the right side of your mat. Rounding down, pressing into all four corners of both your feet, standing up, reaching your arms up to the sky above your head into warrior one, and then coming right back down into downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up, open up your hip. Make some circles with your leg, with your thigh, going one way and then the other way. And then step your foot in between your hands, lining up your front heel with the arch of your back foot. Your back toes are pointed towards the side of your mat, keeping weight in that back foot. Open up into warrior two. I tripped a little bit. It's really tricky with socks on. I'm going to take my socks off. But you stay in warrior two, okay? So we're in warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Reach forward until you can't reach forward anymore. And come into triangle pose. Then come back into warrior two. And windmill your arms down. Either take a vinyasa or meet me back into downward facing dog. So bending your elbows into chaturanga, pushing up, up dog or cobra, and back into downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee, open up your hip. Take some circles here, going one way and then the other way. Then step your left foot in between your hands, lining up your front heel with the arch of your back foot. Back foot is parallel to the back of your mat, and opening up into warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Reach forward until you can't reach forward anymore. Coming into triangle pose. And then come back to warrior two. Windmill your arms down. Either meet me back into downward facing dog or take a vinyasa first. Now let's walk our hands and our feet towards each other. And then we're just going to hang forward. Grab your elbows, rock a bit side to side. Look up, get some length in your spine, and then stand all the way up. Turning to the wide side of your mat and opening your legs out wide. Your big toes are slightly pointed in towards each other. Inhale your arms all the way up, and then take a wide-legged forward fold with a nice long spine. Bring your left palm into the middle of your mat, a little bit in front of your feet, and open up your chest. And then put your right hand where your left is now, and open up the other way. Bring your left hand to the ground, look up and get some length. Inhale your arms all the way up to the sky. And we're going to move our feet as if we were in Malasana pose. So your toes are pointed diagonally outwards. And this is going to be a little bit tricky. We're going to sit down into Malasana from standing. So go as slowly as you possibly can. Make sure your knees are going in the direction of your toes. You can adjust. Keep your spine nice and long. Pretty tricky. Keep going. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Let me know when you meet me in Malasana. I'll wait here. Perhaps you're going slower than me with a bit more control. Take a few deep breaths when you get here. And then we're going to sit on our bums and come onto our backs. Setting up for bridge pose. So our knees are bent. Our feet are about hips width with our big toes slightly pointed in towards each other. Now we're going to raise our hips and interlace our fingers underneath us. Roll your shoulders underneath you. Remember to keep your neck stable, so don't turn your head once you're up in ridge pose. We're just going to hold here for a minute. Opening your chest. And then coming down, bring your feet together, your knees apart. Put a hand on your stomach and a hand on your heart. Take a few deep breaths in and out through your nose. And then set back up. We're going to take another bridge pose. When you're ready, lift your hips up, interlace your fingers underneath you, roll your shoulders in. And then come back down. Bring your feet together, knees apart, a hand on your stomach and a hand on your heart. Taking a few deep breaths. Now we're going to take one more bridge. Come and set back up. When you're ready, lift your hips up. Interlace your fingers underneath you. Roll your shoulders under you. Make sure your toes are slightly pointed towards each other, just a little bit. Breathing into it. And when you're ready, come back down. Bring your knees apart, your heels together, your feet together, knees apart, like a butterfly, but laying down. I'm going to bring a hand on your stomach and a hand on your heart. Take a couple deep breaths. We're going to chant Om together 6 times, laying here. After our next inhale, we're going to start. So take another inhale. Hug your knees into your chest. Make a few circles on your lower back. Bring your arms out to a T and drop your legs off to the right, looking over the left. And come back through center and drop your legs off to the left, looking over the right. Come back to center. And now's your chance to take any other poses or make any other movements you want before getting into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Shavasana is the most important pose of your entire practice, where all the benefits from the rest of our practice will sink in here. Relax your entire body, let go of any tension, clear your mind, just be. Shavasana. Start making little movements in your fingers and toes, rolling out your wrists and ankles. Reach your arms up overhead, big stretch. Roll off onto your right side and take as much time as you need. Meet me back in Sukhasana. Bring your hands together at heart center. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to the universe, and be kind to all life everywhere. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for day 19 of our 28 days of yoga. We're almost done with our practice. I'm so proud of you for sticking with it. If you want to join the conversation, head over to bryacommunity.com and join the community. We can chat in the group chat. There's more yoga classes and more things to learn and do over there. So go ahead and check it out, and I will see you tomorrow.